Jason Miller might be the greatest quarterback in Army history, as he led the Black Knights to an 11-win season and passed the ball as well as any Service Academy quarterback ever has. But going into his senior season, he has his sights set higher on what many might see as unrealistic expectations. Since Jason will have to go fight in World War III next year, he isn't thinking about the NFL at all, so his dreams are limited to college football. In his last year, he wants to take Army to an undefeated season in the college football playoffs against all odds and win a Heisman Trophy along the way. We'll see if he can achieve his goals and end his football career as a hero. So it's time for the first game of Jason's senior season. His goal this year is to take Army to an undefeated record, but he is going to have to try to do it with a 75 overall offense that's already dropping passes. He will convert the 3rd and long to get things started though. It may be far-fetched, but Jason has dreams of getting Army to the college football playoff, and it's looking really far-fetched with the way our receivers are playing. But one thing we do have is a defense Jason can work with, and this time he's just going to take the dump off on 3rd down. That'll be enough for a big gain as Johnson is loose, and he might have a shot to take this to the crib. The check down will turn into a 63-yard touchdown. Let's go. Our kicker misses the extra point, but that's a great start to this game. It's nice to know we have someone who can move a little bit at halfback, and Jason has tons of room on the triple option. That was blocked beautifully, and this offense is out to an electric start. Boston College answers with a touchdown of their own, and Jason takes a sack on the first play of the drive. So we've got our work cut out for us here. Jason's gonna get out of the pocket this time, and that's an insane catch by Reddick. So after those early drops from our receivers, they're making plays here before the half. I'm gonna give Johnson another crack at it. He is really showing some ability to run after the catch. After a patchy start, this passing game is looking like it might be pretty effective this season. We've definitely got a little bit more speed than we had before, but those drops are gonna continue to be a problem. I think that's the 3rd one of the game, and Jason's not gonna see anyone open here. He gets out of the pocket with a blocker in front of him, and he is going to power down to the 1-yard line. Thought we might have broken the plane. And on 1st and goal, Jason will keep it himself for an easy touchdown. We're picking off where we left off in the bowl game last year. Unfortunately, Boston College's offense has been pretty solid too, so we got to keep our foot on the gas here. And that's a great block by number 39. We might have a shot on this play. We just need one block from 81, and he can't get it for us. But Jason with a couple big runs, he's up over 100 yards, and we're able to get the touchdown, but backed up on our own one. He's gonna have to improvise and throws a dot to Burks. Jason's played pretty much spotless football today, and Brooks comes up with the catch once again. Tons of room to run after the snag. That'll be a 40-yard gain. Jason's nearing 200 passing yards on the day, and coach is actually letting us sling it around here. He's gonna improvise again here, but that's gonna turn into a pick. Dude catches it on the deflection. So this game is not over. We still got to kill the clock, but Jason will take it up the middle, make a nasty cut to get out near midfield, and Boston College has to take a timeout. But after a couple of stuffed run plays, we're faced with a 3rd and 8. Jason's gonna take this himself, and he has great blocking to pick up the 1st down and more, and that should put the icing on this game. All we've got to do is make sure we hold on to the ball here, and our blocking has undeniably been great this game. Jason's gonna get in for another long touchdown run to cap this off, and we come away with a solid opening game win against Boston College. Jason probably had the best rushing day of his career, almost 200 yards. So after the big win in game 1, Jason's taking on another ACC foe in Duke, getting this started with a tight completion on 3rd down. Honestly surprised our receiver caught that with the rain pouring down. And on this 3rd down, Jason's taking off. He has tons of space, might have a chance to take this to the crib, but he fumbles it into the end zone. Bro, that was a patented Jason Miller play right there. I couldn't not go for the touchdown on that play. You have to understand. Someone in the comments called him Jason Mayhem Miller. I think that's exactly right. Jason has shown over the course of his career that he really does not like to slide. But then again, I feel like that's kind of what you want out of an Army quarterback. This has been an absolute slog of a game since that fumble, as Jason has been getting no protection whatsoever in the pocket. For some reason, coach has been calling really long developing routes. Jason's got to get back to those quick reads, and this one will work out. But sadly, on 3rd and 1, Jason's going to be short on the triple option, and Duke goes ahead and takes the lead. Got to do something before halftime here, man. We just cannot get any time to work. That pass pro is really going to hold us back this year. Jason's going to have to get out of the pocket on almost every drop back, but if I have to do it, I will. We are going to find a way to win games this year. Jason getting creative here, once again refuses to slide, and once again fumbles it. This has been a brutal offensive game as our defense comes up with a pick, and this time Jason is going to slide after the 3rd down conversion. Jason's actually had a good statistical game outside of the fumbles. He's just got to clean up those mistakes. We end up having to settle for a field goal on that drive as our offensive misery continues. I just know Duke's going to come up with a touchdown eventually, so we have to keep doing what we can to run this triple option offense. And Jason has really got to slide from now on. We cannot afford any more turnovers, but some risks are going to need to be taken. We're faced with a 3rd and 7, and and Jason gets that out just in time. Those are the quick reads that we need. Even though that was just a curl route, Jason got hit a second after he threw it, and these rollouts are what we need. A's gonna come wide open in the end zone. Jason slings it, but his dude is out of bounds. That was a risky throw too. Now we're gonna have to make some magic on another 3rd and long, and Jason throws his man open, but he drops it in the rain, and coach has decided to go for it. So this 4th and 10 may very well decide the game. Jason has a man open, and this time dude catches it, thank God. We desperately need to punch it into the end zone here, and Jason does it. Finally doesn't fumble this time. Now we just need defense to come up with a stop, and defense does the trick, so we just gotta hold on to this lead for 3 minutes. For some reason coach is still passing it, and Burks drops it. That was almost a disaster. This has been one of our worst games in terms of Butterfingers. And on 3rd and 6, Jason gives his dude the chance to make a play, and he converts. For all of Jason's fumbles today, he has made the right reads in the passing game, but on this 3rd down he gets hit in the backfield, and that will be his 3rd fumble of the day. Duke goes and gets the touchdown, misses the 2-point conversion. So it looks like Jason might just get bailed out. We pick up the 1st down, and that should do it for this one. The absolute definition of an ugly win. Jason is still running the ball after a ton of fumbles today, and he's gonna get down the sidelines, even making a move. Jason continues to live life on the edge, but gets his team a win just barely. So we moved to 2-0 on the season after a gross game. So Jason is hoping to have a cleaner game against Rice today. Coach is letting us sling the ball on the first play, and with nobody open, Jason takes off. This time he will indeed get out of bounds. I really do not want to see this man have a single fumble today, but it is hard when we just get bum rushed in the backfield like this. This offensive line is definitely worse than it was last year, and Rice gets a touchdown to take the lead on their first drive. This game might just be more difficult than expected, and Jason fits that into a minuscule window. Very risky touch pass. Even against Rice, Jason's had to get really creative to pick up yards, and he just gets killed there. I know I need to start sliding, but it's just not in Jason's DNA. And this is why, man. He breaks off a big run, but we cannot get shoestring there. Come on now. I want to upgrade Jason's speed just a little bit more so that can be a house call. And on 3rd and 6, we got nobody open. Jason's just gonna dump it off and do to at least get close to the 1st down. So we're going for the 4th and inches. Rice is stacking the box, knowing exactly what's coming. But Jason gets through the hole, and he might have a shot to get into the end zone, stiff arming his way down to the 1. We're able to punch it in with the toss play, but Rice answers with another 3 points. They have been tough to stop on offense, and Jason's gonna have to lead a touchdown drive before half. That is not helpful. Jason would have a clean completion percentage if it weren't for all these drops, and with the blitz coming in his face, he wisely takes the dump off there. So we got a minute before halftime. Rice has been sending the dogs, and Jason has had to get out of the pocket a lot. He's gonna make a crazy cut here, and he's out in open space, getting inside the 20. The speed upgrades are really proven to pay off in this game so far, but Jason's been struggling to find people open in the passing game. So that brings up another big time 3rd and 9. This time Jason fits it into another tight window. Great catch by Williams. So Army will punch it in to reclaim the lead. We need to get some points here for me to be comfortable in this game, and Jason continues to have nobody open downfield. The improvisation is just what we got to do right now. Jason has seriously been playing backyard football today. He has not had time for normal reads, and he's been running the ball all over the field. Look at this stiff arm to get him inside the 20. A man with a stiff arm like that should never slide. Jason's averaging like 17 yards per rush right now, and on this 3rd and goal, our only possible read is Y. So Jason's gonna have to get out of the pocket, trying to improvise again, but that was a nice play by the linebacker. But our dude misses the field goal, so going into the 4th, we're still only up by 4, and Jason's receivers continue to get absolutely clamped. He is going to have to throw this one away. So frustratingly enough, Rice takes a 3-point lead. Feels like it is Jason against the world right now, especially when his dude just runs out of bounds on the triple option. Like, come on, man. I don't know what more I gotta do right now. We literally get tackled before we can take a step. So now we got a 3rd and 11. We're gonna have to try to run this crappy curls play against man coverage, and Jason steps up in the pocket, putting his head down to get it to 4th and 2. We're gonna have to hurry it up and go for it, and we've got the dump off to RB, thank God. Jason fighting to keep this undefeated season alive with 2 minutes left. We cannot lose to Rice after those 2 big wins. And he's gonna get out of the pocket again here. Slide, Jason, slide. You better believe Jason's gonna get out of the pocket on just about every play. He should have a receiver open for a touchdown, but it just bounces off of dude's hands. Playing for the Army offense is so insanely frustrating. I was hoping we'd improve after last year, but Jason is still a one-man show. This time dude catches it, and Jason is dog tired right now. He is not going to be able to get out of the pocket as easily, and he takes a tight window to B. That could have easily been an interception. So with a minute left, we'll let some time trickle off the clock here. The season comes down to this. Jason takes a sack. Thankfully, coach calls a timeout so he gets a little bit of time to rest, but he is still gassed, trying to make something happen on the 4 verts play. That's a big pickup, but infuriatingly, coach is going with a fullback draw on 3rd and 4, and our dude gets stopped short. We're gonna have to settle for a stupid field goal, and for some reason we kick it with like 20 seconds left on the clock. Now Rice has the chance to get into field goal range. Thankfully, defense will stop him short of what they need, so all we got to do is bat down this Hail Mary, and oh god, that looks scary, man. I thought they were gonna catch that. So we head to overtime on the road against Rice. Hardly getting a break. Jason's gonna come out on offense first, and we're already taking a shot here on 2nd and 9. Jason knows he's gonna have no time in the pocket, so he gets out of there and slings it. That'll get us to the 5. So 1st and goal. Love that coach is going with a pass play here, but I am not going to pass this ball. 0%. Jason will take it into the end zone on his feet. Rice answers right back on their first drive, but on their second drive they get nothing. So now we just got to take care of the ball. I don't know why we're going with such an aggressive play call, but it's gonna work out unless our dude drops the wide open touchdown. I thought that was like 100% a completion. Jason's gonna take it himself here. I'm not convinced our field goal kicker won't miss our kick at this point, so I want to just run it into the end zone here. On 1st and goal, Jason takes a big hit, so we really just got to make sure we take care of the ball here. We're just gonna toss it out, so it's up to our field goal kicker, and he will not get through to give us a very, very close win. It was an interesting game as Jason just completely put the team on his back. So after a couple of very ugly wins, we are back at home taking on Western Kentucky, and at this point I'm convinced that no game will be an easy one. They box up our receivers on this first drive, so we end up going down 6-0 at the start of the game, but Jason has a ton of space here on the option. We just need one block and he should be gone, jetting down the sideline for his longest play of the season. Let's go. That might even be the longest play of his career. So a good start on offense for our boy, but Western Kentucky came to play today. Coach has been going run heavy, so we got a 3rd and 10, but that is an easy pickup. Jason hits his dude over the middle. I'm just waiting for Jason to get enough coach trust that he has a say in the play calling, because I don't know why we're running a halfback pass. We can't even protect our quarterback and we're running that. On 3rd and 18, we're gonna hit the curl, but that's gonna be way short. Some people say that's why you don't run curls on 3rd and 18, but defense gets us the ball right back. Hopefully we can put it into the end zone here, and Jason's at least had a little bit more time to work in the pocket today. He's gonna get out of it here, and he has RB just wide open, so we are officially in business on this drive. This is where it gets tricky though, man. We've been having problems with red zone offense this whole series. Jason is really just not a power runner, and on 3rd and inches, coach is gonna throw it, which I like, because that gives us the option to scramble. We got to get away from that quick D end, and he is not able to get us. We get in there. If we were just a second slower, we would have got shoestringed, but nothing comes easy with this team. Western Kentucky goes right down for the score. Jason's gonna get out of the pocket again, and once again has that wheel route wide open. That is our money route combo right there. Once again, coach is going to run this halfback pass thing. I don't understand why this is in the playbook. And once again, on 3rd and 17, we are running a curls play. This time it might actually work out. Our wide receiver breaks a tackle, and what do I know, I guess. So we got the chance to take control of this game here. Jason continues to run the triple option beautifully, and he's gonna have to run it good here to pick up this 3rd down. He will keep it himself this time, take it up the middle, and if we got one block, we might have been gone. Once again, faced with a 3rd and long, Jason has completed 7 straight passes. He doesn't have a lot of options on this play, so he's gonna do his thing. This time, the Hilltoppers are ready for it. Jason ends up chucking it across the field and actually completing that, which will give us just enough room to go for it. Jason gets out of the pocket again, once again chucks it up, but this time it is not going to work out at all. The big man has it going the other way, and Jason's gonna have to make the tackle himself. It was a desperation style play as Western Kentucky has Jason figured out. He is probably going to have to lead this drive while staying inside the pocket, but he escapes it this time with a lot of room, zigzagging around defenders to get into Hilltopper territory. Those Army receivers just keep on getting clamped up in man coverage. Anytime a team goes zone, Jason tends to tear him up, and it is a-okay if we take some time off the clock here. We continue to just plug away at that wheel route, and down here near the goal line, this is where coach starts running it heavy, and a lot of the time that has not worked out for us. I don't know why coach is calling a timeout here. I spend all this time trying to run the clock down, and then he just calls a timeout for Western Kentucky. This is the perfect call here on 1st and goal. I'm gonna check for the drag and then get out of the pocket. Looks like number 29 is blitzing, and the drag is not open. We're getting out of the pocket, and Jason gets stood up at the 1. So now we got to go hurry up. We're just running the same play here, and this time the drag is open. That should hopefully be the game-winning touchdown. Jason clutches up, and we get out of there with yet another tight win. Nothing has come easy, but Jason has continued to show that he's a winner, putting up a really nice stat line today. And here is a shocker. Jason has made an appearance at number 2 on the Heisman watch after that game. Really was not expecting that, but he's been putting up big rushing stats. So Jason will have the chance to defend his Heisman status against Miami of Ohio. Definitely a surprise for him to appear on there, but he's got daylight on this first play, maybe proving those voters right, as he is gonna break it open for a 75-yard scamper on the first play. That was pretty much the best start we could have asked for on offense, but Miami goes right down to take the lead. So we got to keep our foot on the gas here. 3rd and 5. Jason has an easy dump off, but he's taken off again. Throws a dime to Burks, which gets dropped. Jason's receivers have the worst hands in the nation. And for some reason, our blockers just totally ignore that guy. Would have been a touchdown, but instead we get lit up. So we got another 3rd and 5 to convert. And if this dude drops this, I swear to God. Okay, lucky Brooks comes down with it. But a fumble from our running back on the next play. And after our great start, Miami of Ohio has taken a 2-score lead in this one. Definitely not what I was expecting. Jason is going to chuck up a deep ball here, and what a catch from Rob Baker. I was talking bad about the receivers, but that's as nice of a play as you'll ever see. And right after I say that, Burks drops an easy one. Jason's just going to keep plugging away and spreading the ball all over the field. But anytime we get past a certain point on the field, coach decides to just put it in a lockbox and run. It's going to work out here beautifully, though. The pitch out to Brooks is going to get us inside the 5, and we punch it in with the fullback dive. Unfortunately, our defense just cannot get a stop today. We're going to need to keep pouring on the points, and Jason is dialed in right now. He's been making this offense work with no time in the pocket, and he launches up a deep ball there. Another great catch by one of our receivers. And on the ensuing kickoff, defense gets us a turnover. We are backed up to 3rd and 14 here. So Jason's going to have to trust his receiver, and a great catch from Reynolds. Man, the receiver's been showing out since I talked crap. Unfortunately, we're having a little bit of trouble on the goal line here. So this is an absolutely huge 3rd and goal, and Jason gets tackled well short. So we end up settling for the field goal. Miami gets the touchdown. And for some reason, coach is still going with run calls here. Very frustrating play calling. We really need to be working quickly, and Jason hasn't gotten a lot of scrambles going, but he's got some space here, gets across midfield. We need to give our defense as much time as possible to make a stop. Miami just going straight man coverage. Jason's gonna get out of there again. We will do this all day if we need to, and Jason might have a chance getting down inside the 20 this time. Jason's almost to 150 rush yards on the day, and he is absolutely dog tired trying to make something happen. He's gonna have to slide down though. It's been one of Jason's best days statistically, and he's able to get us into the end zone there. So we need defense to make a stop, and they get it. A minute 42 for Jason to lead a game-winning drive and potentially put a seal on a Heisman performance. He's been scrambling a ton on these last couple of drives because our receivers have been getting clamped up. The wear and tear is starting to get to him a little bit though. He's gonna pass the ball here, and a beautiful catch from Brooks. Some nice run after the catch too. This is one of Jason's most efficient passing days ever. And dude was offsides, tackles us from behind. I've never seen that before. Coach has decided it's a good idea to run the ball here. Really do not like this. I'm not taking any risks. So as long as coach is running the ball, we're gonna run that clock down as much as possible. And Jason just barely gets that pitch off to make it 3rd and manageable. But then coach sabotages our clock chewing, calling a timeout. Absolutely nonsensical game management. We got to pick up this 3rd and 4, and we should have B. Burks hangs onto it. Let's go. We will have a chance for a last-second game winner. Jason's gonna get out of the pocket, and nobody will be able to keep up with him. He breaks the plane for what should hopefully be the game-winning touchdown. And we got a chance at a 2-point conversion as well. I know we've got A open there somewhere, but Brooks gets stopped short. So we cannot let Miami get into field goal range here. Quarterback's got way too much time in the pocket, and he's hucking it up deep. Time expires. That was scary. So the undefeated record stays alive behind one of Jason's best performances ever, probably his best. Almost 400 total yards and 4 touchdowns, including the game winner. So Jason Miller is #1 on the Heisman watch. Who would have thought? Nothing too crazy on the passing stats, but averaging 10 yards per carry on the ground. So next up, we are taking on 97 overall Wake Forest. So despite Wake Forest's 1-2 record, this is probably the most talented team we'll play all year. We are already faced with a 3rd and 6, but that'll be an easy dump off on the curl route. I'm hoping we get some good play calling today, and B is just wide open there. I don't know what the heck happened with the coverage, but that's as good of a start as we could have asked for. I know for sure Wake Forest is going to put up points today, so we got to keep our foot on the gas. And once again, the coverage just totally busts. Don't know what's going on with this Demon Deacon defense. That cornerback on the right side has just been throwing for Wake Forest so far. Jason's faced with a 3rd down here, but he's going to get out of the pocket, trucking his way into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the day. And he is hyped after that one. Like I said, though, Wake Forest is going to put up points. I would not count on our defense to get too many stops today, but it looks like Wake Forest defense is pretty trash too. Receivers got to catch that there, man. The curse of the receiver brick hands continues, as I thought we were going to have a whole shot to that outside receiver. Instead, the cornerback plays it perfectly. Y'all see Jason laying down the hit stick though. So an antsy throw there is the first mistake of the day for Jason, but this Wake Forest defense has just been terrible. That should have been a touchdown if we put a little bit more air under it. Despite Jason's mistakes, he's having one of his best passing games, 150 yards in the first half. Got to make sure we turn it into a touchdown, and the curl route has been easy money all day. 187 passing yards for Jason now. So we head to halftime clinging onto a 1-point lead. Got to keep the pedal to the metal here, and a beautiful pitch from Jason is going to result in a big play. So offense is in business once again, and we got a receiver wide open. Burgess does not have the speed to get away, but still a huge play. And remember, man, we're playing against a 95 overall defense. They have not been playing like it, but still. All right, this is a big time third down. Cannot leave any points on the field here. And once again, man, Jason just doesn't put enough air under that. That is a terrible pick. Thankfully, defense finally gets a stop, but we just got to be better than that. It's hard to not keep looking at B, though, because that corner keeps getting cooked. We just need to make sure we don't make that throw before we're sure it's there. Going into the fourth, we got a big time 3rd and 4. Jason's just going to take the drag for the easy first down. I have loved how much coaches let us pass the ball today, and we got B wide open inside the 5. So 1st and goal, a chance to make this a comfortable lead, and Jason is going to pitch it out a little bit too early. Really wish coach would just call a pass play here. We're going to have to do it with the triple option, and they are all over that right now. So 3rd and goal, man. Here we go. Just over 2 minutes left in the game, and Jason is going to get out of the pocket. Very risky throw. Should have probably just taken off. So we get the field goal there, and what do you know? Wake Forest goes down to take the lead. How many times have we had this exact scenario, man? Jason is able to get out to midfield, so we're already close to field goal range. We need to make sure we don't throw a pick here, and I am nervous after those first couple. I don't know how we got out of the pocket there, and Jason fumbles the ball. Thankfully, Markel Johnson recovers. Ought to slide next time, dude. Almost a season-altering mistake, and Jason is not scared to continue scrambling. That is going to get him near 100 yards rushing on the day, and this will be another Heisman-worthy performance if we can punch it in. Coach is going with this hated speed option on 1st and goal, and I am not pitching that. I'm too scared. I'm going to let this clock run just about all the way down, and on 2nd and goal, we've got the dump off. Dude comes up with a huge catch. That's our boy Markel Johnson, and we get out of there with a gigantic dub against Wake Forest. Jason had a couple interceptions on the day, but had his career high in passing yards, I believe, with 4 touchdowns. So after that performance, Jason stays atop the Heisman watch. So with a 6-0 record, somehow this Army team still is not ranked. The disrespect is absolutely unreal. I feel like if we get to 7-0, they can't possibly not rank us. And Jason has kind of been thinking in the back of his mind that if he leads this team to an undefeated season, they could have a shot at the college football playoff, but we got to start getting that ranking up sooner. It's not going to happen. We got a 3rd and 17 here early in this game, and Jason takes a sack. So we're clinging on to a 3-point lead here. Haven't been able to do a whole lot on offense. Hopefully we can find that before halftime magic here, as Jason's only been allowed to throw the ball 2 times today after his performance last week. Jason's going to get out of the pocket here, throw a strike to Brooks that gets dropped. Seems like Jason's best dots always go through the hands of his receivers, but that is the perfect route to cut up that coverage, and Baker's going to get a big gain. I would really love to have a game that wasn't super close one time this season, as our receivers continue to drop Jason's dots, but this one should be a touchdown, bro. Like, come on, man. If Jason was on any other team, I think it would be smooth sailing for him, but he's having to fight against the world right now. Gotta punch it in for the touchdown here. Jason's gonna have to get out of the pocket, and he takes the sack. So 3rd and 14, cannot get tackled short of the sticks. Jason's only really got 1 read, and it is probably good he did not catch this thing. This is Jason's worst game in terms of efficiency because he's 3 for 9, but it's literally just because his wide receivers have been dropping every other pass. He has not been great on the ground either, with only 2 yards of carry, and curls are really the only thing we've been able to get going today. So coaches decided to make the curl our only read on the field, which is actually going to work out beautifully this time. I don't know why they're not looking for it. I'm waiting for one of those big plays that Jason's been breaking off this season, but instead it is going to be a big play for the other team. We put it on the deck and they recover. I thought our offense was starting to get it figured out, but it has just been a terrible day today. EMU's offense thankfully has not been much better, but our defense isn't going to be able to hold them off forever, and Jason just completely misses the check down there. I don't know what's going on with our boy, but he is going to have to lead yet another game-winning touchdown drive, and coach is just really dedicated to running this curl flat play right now. So all we got to do is get into field goal range here. Got to be careful to not throw a pick, as coach continues to call this stupid play over and over again, and Jason continues to make it work. That should put us in field goal range, but I'm not trying to leave this to the hands of my kicker. I don't know what's going on with Jason's accuracy today though. So 3rd and 12, I'm going to let some time trickle off the clock, and I'm just going to scramble. No point in risking the interception here. We will slide down. Not going to take any risk on second and goal here. We will just center that ball for our kicker, and Jason leads yet another game-winning drive. It was a bad day for the offense, to put it lightly. As Jason has 0 touchdowns, that is not going to be good for the Heisman hopes. So next up, Jason has the chance to truly put his team on the map with a win over number 4 Penn State. They're 99 overall across the board. This is the biggest game of Jason Miller's life. If he can lead Army to a win on the road at number 4 Penn State, the Black Knights will be in the playoff picture, as he picks up a huge third down to Burks there. Jason has never played in an environment like this before, so it's good to see him making a big play early, and coach is really going heavy run to start this out. We're going to have a 4th and 1 trying to run this sweep, and I don't know why you're taking the ball out of Jason's hands on both 3rd and 4th down. We turn it over, and Penn State instantly scores a touchdown. Our play calling has been horrendous so far, but Jason continues to play gutsy on these 3rd downs, and all we need to move the ball is for coach to call pass plays. Our typical strategies aren't going to work against this defense, and the quarterback scramble is definitely going to be a huge factor today, because this Penn State defense brings a lot of pressure. Going into the second quarter, we got another 3rd down, and Jason will come up with another huge completion. Lucky Brooks almost got out of there for the touchdown, and I'm going, hurry up, man. I'm not trying to have coach sabotage us with his terrible goal line play calling. Unfortunately, Jason takes the sack there. We had a wide open, so a big time 3rd and goal down by 7 points. Jason's going to take off again, and this time he gets into the end zone. We tie this game up, but I have a feeling our defense is not going to get us too many stops today. This game is setting up to be an offensive battle for the ages. It is the one-man show against a team full of talent, and Jason has gotten off to a great start passing the ball. Gonna try to run the clock down a little bit here so Penn State doesn't have the chance to score, but Jason takes the sack. That is not good. Gotta make those reads quicker, man. We have almost no time in the pocket, and now we're gonna have to try to convert a 3rd and 26. Jason is gonna have to do this all himself. He's chucking it downfield to Brooks, who just barely comes open at the last second. Jason has over 150 yards passing in the first half, and he will punch it into the end zone here. Since the start of this game, this has been a shootout, and Jason is gonna have to keep piling on the points. Big time 3rd and 1, and we're going with the triple option. Jason will just keep that and put his head down. As this actually has not been a good day for Jason rushing. He hasn't been able to get loose so far, and he's been taking a lot of sacks. Penn State's done a good job of bottling him up. Gonna have to make some magic again on this 3rd down, but he has the wheel route wide open, easy money. So we got the ball deep in Penn State territory, and Jason has a ton of room here, but he is fatigued from all that running around. If Jason had fresh legs, that probably would have been a touchdown, and we're running this stupid halfback pass. It actually works out this time. No idea why we are running that in the red zone. No idea why we keep trying these stupid speed options either. So Jason's faced with another 3rd down here. He's flush from the pocket, looking much slower than normal, but he's still able to pick up the first. Jason has been an Iron Man today, and coach is still asking him to run the ball here as he gets down to the 1, and we are going full power option on 2nd and goal. This time Jason will walk into the end zone. So with 3 minutes left, we tie up the game, and now a chance for the win if we can just pick up this 3rd and long. Jason's gonna have to get that out quick, and he throws a strike to Reynolds. Jason is 14 for 15 passing today, and he has been in this situation before, and we should run a little bit of clock here because a field goal will win us the game. Jason throws on the run to Reddick, who looks totally lost, but that's almost a 1st down. So a massive 3rd and 1 here, and Jason is gonna do his thing, scrambling and barely able to pick up the first. All we gotta do is get 20 more yards and we're in our kicker's range, as Jason's just gonna take the easy dump off here to run some more time off the clock. On 2nd and 4, he throws a strike, but it is dropped. That was almost intercepted. So now this is a huge 3rd and 4 right on the edge of field goal range, and Jason just barely escapes the pocket. He's got green grass ahead of him, and he will slide down with 30 seconds left. So it is up to our kicker to win the game, and he drills it. Jason pulls off an absolutely incredible upset thanks to the best passing game of his life, 16 for 18 on the day. After the win at Penn State, we are up to number 5 in the rankings, and Jason sits atop the Heisman watch. I never would have thought us being ranked number 5 was possible at the start of the season. All we got to do is not choke against these weaker teams, and we have a serious shot at making it into the college football playoff. Look at Jason getting off the miracle pitch for a big gain. This is just what our boy does on a daily basis. And on 3rd and 4, he stays in the pocket, calmly makes the read. Big mistake. Next time we are in that situation, we need to scramble and get out of the pocket because we don't even have time to throw a curl route. And after our win against Penn State, we are on upset alert on the road. But look at this absolute dime from Jason. Coach has got to keep letting us throw the ball, especially after what we showed last week. This time Jason is going to get out of the pocket, and he has B wide open downfield. Just got to punch it in on the goal line, which is never easy in this offense. And faced with a 3rd and goal, we're running slants. Nobody open, but no problem for Jason. We tie it up. Unfortunately, man, Air Force's offense clearly came to play today. Y'all know that triple option teams are are dangerous in this game in the sim. So we are going to have to outscore these dudes. And Jason's going to take a shot here, bro. Baker just drops it. Classic Army wide receiver moment, but we're able to pick up the first down with the curl route. One thing Army receivers usually can catch is the curl routes. That tends to be a pretty reliable option. Jason having another really solid day throwing the ball, only incompletion being that drop. And on 2nd and goal, he'll just dump it off for the easy score. Let's go. 9 for 10 on the half for Jason. And defense finally gets a stop coming out of halftime, as Jason has beautiful blocking here. Should have kept it inside for just another second. Feels like Jason has not broken off a big run in a while. And coach has been taking the ball out of his hands on 1st and 2nd down a lot. He has been really consistent with converting the 3rd downs though. That'll be easy money. Another 3rd down here on the goal line though. And he's gonna have to pitch it out. Reddick cannot fight his way in. So we take the field goal from the 1-yard line. Come on, coach. Defense thankfully able to get us a nice little stop. But after a couple of stupid play calls, we got to pick up this 4th and inches. Jason's just gonna put his head down, trucking over the linebacker to get more. Game should be over if we get the touchdown, as Jason throws a dime on the run, which is dropped for his 2nd incompletion of the day. As coach is going for the 4th and 5. This is a big play. Don't want to give Air Force a chance here. And we definitely had the curls open. Jason takes the underneath route though, and that'll work just fine. We're able to get the touchdown, but Air Force answering real quick. And if we can't pick up the 3rd down, this might get a little bit dicey. So big play for Jason, and he has the curl routes. That has been money all day. So we will get out of there with a close win, as Jason has another great day slinging the ball around. So Jason has Army ranked number 3 in the country, but that doesn't mean this game against Rutgers will be easy. Remember, Jason is still running a 75 overall offense, and I'm really hoping defense can be a little bit better for us today. I would love to have a nice easy blowout just one time this season, but Rutgers defense has proved to be tough so far, and our play calling has continued to be horrible. Jason has had to get very creative, and shows why he is the Heisman frontrunner there, man. That is an NFL throw on the run. Despite being anything but prototypical, if Jason wasn't playing for Army, he'd probably have a shot to play in the NFL. He's gonna have to convert a 4th and 10 here. Tries to get it into a tight window, but that's not gonna work. Defense able to get a stop though, which is pretty helpful. And Jason looking to redeem himself here. Lucky Brooks gets by that guy, and he is down the sidelines. He continues to be our best receiver by far, but coach continues to just take the ball out of Jason's hand for no reason. He didn't get a chance on any of the last 3 plays, but he will make it right with a beautiful touch pass for the touchdown. Defense gets a big time turnover, but same deal. We're pushed back to 3rd and 16, and we're just running curls. Like, why is this the play call here? Thankfully, our wide receiver is able to slip away from the tackler. We're going to be running the triple option here on 3rd and goal, and it is going to be up to Reddick. He cannot get away, but our defense is having the game of their lives right now. They get a turnover, and we are inside the 5. Unfortunately, we have to settle for a field goal here, and this time Rutgers goes down to get a touchdown. So we miss our chance to put this game away, and I don't know what the hell happened on that fumble there. It looked like we recovered it. So we got a 3rd and 26. This is not looking good, but is B open? No, he's not open. He is definitely not open. I cannot believe it, man. Jason is gonna have to lead another game-winning touchdown drive to keep this undefeated season alive. It is unbelievable that this is happening just about every game. At this point, it is just common routine for Jason. He is not even nervous. He might not have the best stats in the country, but the fact that he has to continually lead these drives and keeps delivering is why he's the Heisman frontrunner. And after he gets the team in field goal range, he's just got to squash some clock and take care of the ball. And on 2nd and 9, he is finally gonna get loose, picks up some blocks, and he will scamper to the end zone for the touchdown. But low-key, man, maybe we shouldn't have scored there, because now Rutgers is gonna have a lot of time. Jason is able to pick up the 2-point conversion on the scramble, and defense gets the stop. Yet another game-winning touchdown from Jason. Not his craziest game, but got the job done. So after another clutch win, we are up to number 2 in the country. Pretty crazy play by the BYU defender to start this out, but Jason will pick up the 3rd down on the triple option. This is a night game at home, as this Army crowd has more to cheer for than they ever have, and it would be really satisfying if we could just stomp out BYU today, as Jason picks up another 1st down on the curl route, which has been money all year, but coach makes him run some stupid toss plays. We settle for the field goal, and just like that, we are down by 7. I have resolved myself to the fate that I will have to duel it out in every single one of these games. Army is lucky that Jason got over his injury issues, because otherwise this team would be dead in the water, and BYU has been bum rushing Jason. We got a 3rd and 22. He's gonna have to try to find a way here, and he can't get it over the linebacker. That'll be a pick. And just like that, we're down by 14. I think this is the biggest deficit Jason has faced all season, and a touchdown drive before halftime is absolutely essential here. His team needs a big play from him, and he's chucking it up deep here, has a man open for the touchdown. Let's go. That's Rob Baker. So this is a 7-point game going into halftime. Coach calling a slow developing pass. No, thank you. I will just get out of the pocket, and we will do things the Jason Miller way. On 3rd and 1, guess what coach is calling? The halfback pass. You have a Heisman frontrunner at quarterback, and this is what you choose to do. Thankfully, defense gets a blocked field goal, but I'm starting to get really frustrated here. We're able to pick up that 3rd down. Jason has been really solid through the air apart from that one pick, and he's going hurry up here, trying to drive his team down the field quick. On 2nd and goal, he will take off for the pylon and truck his way in for the touchdown. We have stormed back to tie it up, and defense gets a big time stop. They have been solid in these last 2 games. Jason has a man open, but this is why our dude cannot stay in the pocket. So big time 3rd and 8, and the curl over the middle is wide open, but Lucky Brooks is going to be short. I'm trying to go for this. We got to get the snap off before the quarter ends, and we will do it. Jason gets out of the pocket to pick up the 1st down, and he's going to get a little bit more, scampering down into BYU territory. This game heads to the 4th quarter tied up as Jason finds Lucky Brooks there, but he gets absolutely decked. And coach going back to the run here. Jason's going to have a huge hole, and he sneaks through it. Beautiful blocking, and he takes that to the crib to give us the lead. But BYU answers right back. Let's run it back. One more game-winning touchdown, man. We will get things started with a nice drop from our wide receiver. So we got to pick up this 3rd and 12. This is high pressure right here, but Jason will take the easy way out and scramble, getting into BYU territory. And remember, all we have to do is get into field goal range. I'm liking X on the curl here, but we're going to improvise again. Should have Y open, and that should be field goal range right there. So now it's time to take care of the ball. Jason's just going to scramble here, sliding down at the 10. We got to kill some clock. So on 4th and goal, our kicker is going to knock it in for what should be the game-winning field goal, and that'll do it. We move to 11-0 by the skin of our teeth as Jason worked his way back from a 14-point deficit. The Army Black Knights are the #1 team in the country, and the only team in our way is Navy. We're 11-0 while Navy is just fighting to become bowl eligible, and Jason is going to get loose here on the first drive. He will keep it on the triple option and pick up a couple blocks, 38 yards to the crib, and we are in business, man. Navy's the lowest overall team we played in a while, and after a pick 6 from our defense, we got a 2-score lead here. We might finally get the blowout we've been hoping for, but Jason throws a terrible pass here, and his pick numbers have really gone up in these last few games. We just cannot catch a break with getting out of these close games, man. Navy's able to score the touchdown, so Jason has 30 seconds to try to drive his team down, and his receivers are dropping passes. Jason has chosen to have his worst statistical game of the season today, I guess, but he gets a block here, and he might have a shot. Nobody on this Navy team should be fast enough to get him. Number 3 is doing his best, but that'll be 69 yards to the crib. Now he's up over 100 yards rushing on the day, and he's looking for that wheel route deep. Looks like he's gonna have a guy. That is an absolute laser. Gotta make some exciting plays to show America that he deserves to be the Heisman winner as he completes the 3rd and 7 here. A touchdown on this drive should effectively put the game away, and there's Jason's 3rd rushing touchdown on the day. Navy is able to get the touchdown there, but our run game has been dominant today. Jason is averaging 15 yards per carry, and he might be loose again on the QB ISO, trying to get down the sideline. But after a penalty, we're pushed back to 3rd and 22. Jason doing his best to make it work, but this game is still not over. Never mind, defense gets a pick 6. They've been excellent, and we are headed to a 12-0 undefeated regular season. Not a spectacular game for Jason, but the ground game was all we needed today. So it's time to see if Jason will win the Heisman Trophy, and he does in a landslide. Look at that beautiful stat line. He also wins the Walter Camp Award. So after a season full of drama, Jason will see if he has what it takes to become a national champion, as we will take on number 4 Ohio State in the first round of the playoffs. Surprisingly, the playoff committee voted us as the #1 overall seed. Ohio State is 99 across the board, so this is going to be very tough, and that's a great catch by Lucky Brooks on 3rd down. But we are moving the ball on the Buckeyes. Lucky gets killed on that triple option though, so we will have another 3rd and long here, and this time Jason's going to have to get out of the pocket. That linebacker is not going to keep up with him. This has been exactly the first drive we wanted. Nice and slow moving right down the field, but it's not going to mean anything if we can't convert this 3rd down, and there doesn't appear to be anyone open downfield. Jason will scramble again. Once again, wisely slides down, but I sim one play and we fumble it. Come on, man. Thankfully, defense showing out on that first drive. That is a big time stop from them. So we head to the 2nd quarter knotted up at 0, but after a couple of unsuccessful plays, Ohio State able to get a field goal. We are gonna have to answer on this drive. 5. So critical third down here. It looked like we had Lucky Brooks open for a second, but we're gonna have to get out of the pocket again. Jason finds his man over the middle, but he drops it, and we are down 10-0. This is not looking good. That was almost a pick from Jason. Completely inaccurate pass. It just can't end this way, man. After such a heroic season, we got to at least give Ohio State a good game, and Jason's breaking tackles here trying to get something going. If we don't get a touchdown on this drive, the game is probably over. And Lucky Brooks has had brick hands since that first catch. Literally nobody around him, and he drops it. And what is going on, dude? Seems like the bright lights are getting to our boys a little bit. Another open man drops a pass on 3rd and 10. What is going on, dude? We are gonna have to go for this 4th down to stay in the game. Jason gets out of the pocket, and thankfully this time Brooks is able to hold on to it. If he had dropped that pass, my controller was going directly through my monitor. But the drive stays alive. Gotta make sure we kill a little bit of clock here. And that reel route has just been money all day, but Baker's short of the sticks. So gotta go fast. Jason hurries to the line. This time he's gonna get out of the pocket, slides down inside the 5. So big time 1st and goal. And Jason takes the sack. We're gonna have to call a timeout. Now we need to make sure we don't get tackled short of the end zone. And uh-oh, this play is trouble. Jason's gonna take off, but he fights his way in there. The time probably would have ran out if he went down, but Ohio State gets a touchdown coming out of halftime. So another scoring drive is gonna be required here. Jason will take a shot to Baker, but of course it bounces right off of his chest. Coach is trying to take the ball out of Jason's hands on 3rd down. I'm gonna call a timeout here. So we're at least gonna get a run a triple option, and that opens up nicely, man. If we didn't get shoestring, we might have been gone. Don't like that coach is running the ball here. We really need to be going fast because I don't know how many stops our defense has in them. All right, we're gonna get the chance to throw it here. Only 2 reads on the field for Jason. As usual, he is gonna get out of the pocket, and it looked like A was gonna come open, but it was too risky of a throw. We're gonna run the same thing on 3rd down, and this time A is definitely open. Thankfully, Brooks able to hang on to that. So Jason heads to the 4th quarter down 10, but the Black Knights are on the move. Coach going back to the same play call here. This has been working very well, and A is not going to get open. Jason takes off almost like an RPO there. Jason's been scrambling to the right a lot, so this time I'm gonna scramble to the left, but that dude is fast. He tracks us down. So 3rd and 5, and there is nobody open. Jason will take off and power into the end zone for the big touchdown. Just need 1 stop from our defense, but Ohio State is driving the ball right down the field here. They pick up this 3rd down, and it's probably over, and defense is not going to be able to come up with the stop. Bro, it was so close. So I'm just gonna have to sim this out, hoping we get the ball back, and Jason is going to get it. Only 26 seconds, no timeouts. We'll see if he can lead a miracle drive as he gets out of the pocket, chucking it up deep, but that is going to be picked out of the sky, and our championship dreams are going to die. It was a beautiful season, but offense just couldn't get it done today, and Ohio State is heading to the national championship game in our place. Jason is going to head to the military, and the last pass of his career will be an interception, but it was fun while it lasted, as Jason had the best season an Army quarterback has ever had. Over 2,000 passing yards and 1,500 rushing yards, and he will always have that Heisman Trophy.